Welcome back, it's me Lou, and I'm here again for another action figure unboxing and review. And continuing on with the Marvel Gamerverse stuff, we're taking a look at this. This is Iron Man in his overclock armor. Overclock. Gotta make sure I say that L. So yeah, I'm burned out on reviewing Iron Man figures. I've reviewed so many. And I've reviewed this mold previously, because it came with the Taskmaster 2-pack, and that was the original Sin color variant. But this is Iron Man in his traditional red and gold colored armor. As I've stated previously, love the package design. It's awesome. I was kind of lukewarm to the video game character designs, but I've actually started playing the video game and I'm liking it, and these looks have grown on me. So yep, nice portrait of good old Iron Man, and with a lineup of the Avengers. Kind of shame that they don't give you a character bio or a description of the video game or the universe they occupy, but it's still pretty to look at. As with the rest of the budget line Gamerverse figures, you get this neat cardboard insert. If you want to hold on to it, maybe you can put it at the back of your shelf as a display piece or something the characters stand on. And we have Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. And here he is in his plastic tray. First impressions out of the tray. It's nice. It's a nice sculpted figure. Nice crisp details. The proportions are good. I love how one of his hands is kind of in that C grip and the other hand's kind of out, like he's gonna shoot you with his repulsor. There's something about this. I mean, this is a budget figure, so you're paying $9 for it. And there is something when you look at it, this screams budget. But that's not a bad thing. Budget figures are affordable. You're paying $9 for it. He's not on the same level as the Marvel Legends, which are $20, because this is going to have limited articulation, limited paint applications, but I still believe you do get a good figure out of these budget lines. So, out of the tray, first impressions as I'm holding them, articulation's nice. For a $9 figure, they give you a lot of articulation. He has head on a ball joint, arm rotates, goes out, elbow bends, swivel. Unlike other budget figures, this one has a little bit more articulation in the legs. He could kick up, he goes super kick out. Knee bend, and his knee even swivels. You just don't have the ankle articulation or the thigh cut or the waist swivel. But otherwise, it's a decent figure for $9. It's beautiful. The sculpt. Let me move this out of the way. Is the lighting a little bit better like that? Yeah. The red looks really oversaturated on my camera. So it might be kind of hard to see some of the details. But there is some crisp detailing in his torso. The sculpting's nice and sharp. The head looks kind of weird, though. It looks like it seems like he's tucking his chin a little too much. Even though it's on a ball joint, it doesn't seem to want to like look up. So he just limited to going left and right, which is unfortunate. He has a hole in his left hand, so he could put the blast effect. So it looks like blast effect's kind of bent because in the package, but you can easily heat this up and reshape it. So you can have him pretending he's shooting all the bad guys. Pew, 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 pew. Or whatever noise you want to make. So yeah, I've reviewed this figure before, but the colored variation, let me go grab that real quick if I can find it. In the meantime, we have this Iron Man. We have this Iron Man. I had it here a second ago. we have a War Machine. We can take a look at that. We have a Marvel Legends Iron Man. Oh, here he is. Okay. So this guy, these two share the same mold. Even though this guy's a budget figure, this comes with the Taskmaster 2-pack in the Gamerverse line. He almost feels like he borders on not at the same level as Marvel Legends, but you feel like you're getting a little bit more of a premium action figure with this. I think because of the color choice, even though the sculpting's the same, this kind of like charcoal gunmetal color, it just makes the details look that much more crisper, and it loses that budget look. Like when you look at this, the gold paint is nice, but you still just get that red plastic. It's that kind of like generic looking red plastic that you expect out of maybe like a Play School toy. But even though these share the same molds and these are identical figures, it just shows you what the right paint job or the right plastic choice can do for a figure. And this one looks so much more premium than this one, even though they're the same mold. This one's head looks like it might sit up a little higher on the neck also, just by a hair. As I said before, this one looks like it's tucking his chin in and very limited head movement. This one looks like they might have corrected that and gave him a slightly longer neck, because he's not tucking his chin in, but you still have left and right. This doesn't go up and down, but there is a difference here. This one has a longer neck, even though they're identical molds. But as I've stated, molding this in the correct shade of plastic and your color choices really brings out the detail, and this just looks a lot more premium. Here's another budget Iron Man. This is from the Gamerverse line. Oh god, was it Cosm? I can't remember the name. It's like Orbit Iron Man or Celestial Iron Man or Orion. This is Orion Iron Man. Budget figure $9, and this one has a really cool finish too. It doesn't scream like budget, but it's still a budget figure. But the paint job looks nice. A lot more finer details. It kind of has like these stars. It almost creates like a celestial look on them. It almost looks like something you'd buy like at, I don't know, I was gonna say an astronomy shop. I don't know if there is such a thing as astronomy shops, but like a planetarium, like the planetarium's like gift shop. You might find like a calendar where it's just photos of galaxies and stars, and it's almost like they imprinted that on his chest and his thighs. Now this is a premium figure. This is Marvel Legends Iron Man. I can't remember from which movie, but you get a lot more articulation. And this just feels more like a premium figure or collectible. And this is a $9 figure from the new Avengers Mech Strike toy line. That's an affordable budget line. I love that line of toys. I like this shade of plastic red better than this one. This one doesn't scream like cheap toy. It still screams cheap toy, but not as much as the bright red. The bright red really screams, I'm a toy for a 4-year-old, where this one looks like I'm a toy for a 6-year-old or a 40-year-old man. I like the fact that this one has the blue arc reactor, because this one needs, this one's kind of like a creamy yellow. It's hard for the camera to catch that. But you can see two different shades of red on the plastic. I'm not going to make them kiss very long. And here we have War Machine from Avengers Endgame. This is from their budget line, $9 figure. Now this is what I was talking about in terms of articulation. Some budget figures, they don't do a lot in terms of leg movement. This guy can only kick up. Whereas this budget figure, pay the same price, he could kick up and he could kick out to the side and his knees bend. It doesn't have arthritis and he can swivel. So, Is this figure worth buying? You still might see this on the shelves. This line came out around the time when the video game did, which is, I don't know, what was it, like 9 months ago? So yeah, I mean, if you see this figure on the shelf, just get it. You can add it to your Iron Man Hall of Armors. You know, it's not as good as the one that comes in a 2-pack. I love this figure. Love this figure. I love the Iron Man in the black and gold color scheme. It reminds me of the Marvel Now comics. It just boggles my mind that these are the same mold and the same sculpt, but the fact that this is casted in a better looking plastic and it just makes everything look better. It's the same details, but the sculpting looks deeper, it looks crisper. You know, this almost looks like a play school toy, or it's a budget figure. You get what you paid for, but you know, looking at this one, this kind of takes things to a new level with budget figures. Do I have a budget cap? Here's a budget cap from the Gamerverse line. So, oh wait, here's Thor from the Gamerverse line and Kamala Khan. As I've stated before, like, I've collected the Avengers as a team multiple times over in the Marvel Legends. And one of the reasons why I got into the budget figures is because it gives me something new to collect. They're cheaper, they're more affordable, and they feel more like toys to me. Not that I play with them, but Marvel Legends stuff feel like collectibles. These feel like toys. I like taking a figure and ripping the bubble off the card as opposed to opening a box. You know, for me, it's a nostalgic experience. And for $9, for me, I think you get a lot of bang for your buck. But that's just my opinion. You know, a lot of collectors overlook the cheaper stuff because, you know, they're aimed at kids. But I mean, I think all toys kind of are. So, all right. Yeah, just pick this guy up. If I had to rate him numerically, I don't know, 7.5 out of 10. Maybe a little bit more towards 7, just because this figure's awesome. Alright, so once again, my name is Lou. Thanks for checking this video out. Hope you found this informative. I don't put out the best reviews at all, I know that. But I hope you can relate and, you know, take something from this. So I hope you have an excellent day, and I'll talk to you later. Later.